Okay, I'm gonna make like a relish or a salsa to go on the pork chops. So I've got this, it's just a little chopper. I'm gonna use it to chop everything up really fine. And then I'm gonna put that in this bowl. Okay. So put all the onion in there. There. And I am gonna also cut up this mango and avocado, and I'll come back in just a second and show you that. I actually changed my mind. I had cut up the half onion, and so I've divided it. I put half in the bowl that I'm going to do the salsa with, and I put the other half in this pan, and I think I'm going to saute up some mushrooms and zucchini, some vegetables to have with the pork chops. So I wanted to have onion in that also. So I will show you next step. You know, cutting up a mango has always been something that I have trouble with. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I cut it all the way around, and then I cut it down. So that's one side. And then I cut on the other side of the end piece. So you're trying to cut that seed out, and then I cut all the way down. So I get two pretty equal halves. And then I cut around, if I can, around the seed and get that little bit off. I want to use as much as possible, so that's all that I lose is the seed out of it. And then I cut the peel away as close as I can get to the skin. And then just cut it up. And then how I do this is I go down and I'm going to score it across like this, and be very careful not to go through the skin. So I'm going just to the edge. And then I go back and I cross it back like that. So it's just a crisscross, pretty uniform squares, and then you pop it open like that, and then you just cut all the squares along the edge, and it's already pre-chopped for you, and it saves quite a bit. Okay, so I cut it all up, and that is all that's left of the peel. So I really was able to use a lot. That's just one mango, and I think that'll be good. Okay, here I'm going to show you how I do the avocado. I cut it in half, took the seed out, and then what I do is I take a spoon and I just get right under the skin and just work it around the skin and down in there. Get it as far down as I can and just start peeling it across the skin on the back, pushing it through. This one isn't as ripe as I would like. It's being very difficult. But just work it through. I like to not have them completely ripe because I like my this salsa to be a little crunchier. But this is ridiculous. Look at this thing. It's fighting me. So I got it off. There we go. And if there's some that stays on, just use your knife. Cut it off. Try and get as much as you can out of there without completely mangling it, if that's possible. Yep. So then I'm going to just cut that up about the same size as I did the mango and put it in there. Okay, this is the one avocado, so I'm just mixing that in. And I'm going to grab the salt and pepper and then I will show you. Okay, so I've got the onions and the mango and the avocado in here, and I'm going to do some salt and pepper, sea salt and black pepper. And then I'm going to put some lime juice in here. What are you doing? Get your hand out of there. Just a little bit, wet it down. And then I'm going to put some of this roasted garlic in. It's probably about like a clove. And stir that up. Just get that really mixed up in there. And now I'm gonna cut up some onion and put in there, and then I'm gonna add a little pre-made salsa because it has heat, and I don't have any fresh peppers to give it some heat, so I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so I've got these little tomatoes, and I'm gonna use 4 little tomatoes, or it could be like 2 Roma tomatoes or 1 large tomato. These are a little sweeter. And I'm going to cut those up and I'll see what I think if I need to add more tomato. But I am going to get a lot of tomato in the pre-made salsa that I'm going to add for the heat, so we'll see what this makes. Okay, I want to show this. These tomatoes are very juicy and they've got lots of seeds. This is all seeds. And so I'm only going to put 3, and I'm going to try and get most of that juice out. So I'm going to just grab the pieces, the fresh pieces of tomato. And then those are the only tomatoes I have right now. I got them at Costco, so I don't think I'll be getting them again. They're too big for like just popping in your mouth, cherry tomatoes. And I thought they'd be good for recipes, but they're really watery. So that's a heads up on that. Okay, so I ended up with a lot of liquid there and not a lot of tomato in here. Not as much as I would have liked. It's not bad. It gives you some big fresh chunks of tomato. It's kind of about an equal mix right now. So what I'm going to do to that is, this is a medium salsa, which is a little too spicy for my family. They're kind of wimpy. I like spice and they don't. So I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of that, and then this is what they like. And it already has a little mango and peach in it, so it's got the sweetness, and it's waterier. That's a word, but it has no spice. So I did about 1/2 cup of that, and that's also going to help a little bit more so that stuff doesn't discolor, because it does have citric acid in it. So that'll help this salsa to last a little bit longer. But it made quite a bit, and I'll use that for dinner tonight, and then probably for lunch tomorrow with some crackers or something like that. It would even be good in the morning if we did like an omelet, put it over an omelet. So I'll show you the rest of the recipe probably on the next video, and I'll make this a separate video, and I hope that you like it.